Buy it now.
You want highlights? We got highlights. Pacers and Wizards from D.C. Bradley Beal coming off a huge game. He would have another solid outing, and this is Thaddeus Young. He had 22 points on 9 of 11 shooting, and Indiana led by 8 early.
Ooh.
Then Doug McDermott gets rejected by Thomas Bryant. Now watch the reaction here. Look out! He almost takes out a ref.
Yeah, ref, you got to get out the way. Young fella out there working tonight, bumping off the bench.
Oh, a young fella got hands, but
we were-
I love his energy. What he brings his Wizards team is incredible.
And that's a nice take right there by Thaddeus Young. I heard a tweet get him to the
He
line.
went that going to the right, too? Okay.
And then Bojan Bogdanovic, he's really picked up his game since Oladipo went down. He had 18. Indy led by 15 at halftime, but back comes Bradley Beal. He was on fire again.
Yeah, Bradley Beal 2 nights in a row, 43 then 35 coming back. He's trying to do his best that he can to lead his young Wizards team.
Beal 3 of
Ooh.
8 from downtown, 12 of 22 overall.
Oh, that's filthy. That's filthy right there.
He would make the free throw for the 4-point play. Darren Collison 4-3. He's so solid. 15, 6, and 5. Indiana took a 5-point lead. Sabonis. Oh, he hangs and he hits plus the foul. He had a double-double. Then it's Ariza to Thomas Bryant for 3.
Wait a minute. He's hitting threes now, too? Wait a minute, Thomas. Don't show everything, young fella.
In a 3-point game now. Last chance for the Wit. Thomas Bryant creates the turnover, gets it back. He's got a chance to tie the
No way. It was only right that he big
Did
fella
not
to take that one out.
Nice game, though, from Thomas Bryant. He had 23 and 12 off the bench for the Wizards, but Indiana gets their 40th win against 20 L's. They shoot over 56% from the field and win without Miles Turner, who missed this game with a left hip injury. Washington shot over 53% from the field, but took their 4th consecutive loss. Nets and Hornets from Charlotte. All-star point guard Kemba Walker, all-star point guard D'Angelo Russell on the court where they played the all-star game. How do you like that? Russell comes out hot.
Yeah, battle of the point guards. Russell came out hot on his birthday, showing off of that Charlotte crowd where he got his first all-star appearance.
40 points, 6 trays.
You know he's got ice water in his veins. Nice pull-up right there. Said his coach gave him a lot more confidence to take those mid-range J's now.
Kemba answers. He had a big one himself. Tony Parker still got it, too, by the way. He had a really good game. 32 points, 6 threes for Kemba Walker. Here's another.
Yeah, Kemba out there looking real smooth and real comfortable out there, trying to put it on for them Hornets fans, getting ready for the playoffs.
Charlotte took a 108-101 lead on that 3, and back come the Nets with D'Angelo Russell. Nice fake on Batum and splashes it, and then Russell with a little hezzy, and the little baseline floater is good. Brooklyn takes a 114-113 lead. Kemba strikes right back.
Battle of the point guards tonight. You got 2 young point guards out there trying to show off and show who's better than the other one. I like it.
Russell not done. He comes back for a 3 and the lead.
D-Russ from deep is Brooklyn in the house. Without a doubt, you see the shot, you see the range.
What a breakout season for D'Angelo Russell. Most of the NBA very happy for him. Now the Hornets down 2, 5 seconds left. Kemba Walker takes the ball up, goes off the dribble, starts to attempt the 3, but it's blocked by Karis LeVert's elbow at the buzzer. No foul is called, and the Nets hang on for the win. And we got a couple of replays here. What do you see, Dante?
I see Kemba not trying to get a shot off and try to get bailed out by the refs. If I'm Kemba, I got to get a shot before regulation ends, just so we can have a chance to see it go in.
Nets very fortunate right there. Could have possibly been called a foul, but I think the elbow actually hit all ball.
Yep,
I think it was the correct call by the officials.
So the Nets improved to 31-30 and moved 2 full games ahead of the Hornets. Brooklyn makes 17 threes on 39% shooting from deep. Tony Parker, 21 points in 29 minutes on 10 of 16 shooting. The guy is ageless. Here's D. Russell. Real recognize real. Blake Griffin and the Pistons hosting Goran Dragic and the Heat. Goran back after knee surgery, been out since early December. I do need a translation on real recognize real.
Real recognize real. I mean, we both got busy tonight. He gave me 30, I gave him 40. What you mean?
I love it. Goran Dragic, 4 points in just under 16 minutes in his return. He did play off the bench. Ish Smith to Blake Griffin for 3. Wayne Ellington for 3.
Wayne Ellington, UNC legend, pull up. You know it's good, man. Oh, man. You know when UNC's on the court, you know what it's going to be.
Over the last month, Reggie Jackson is balling, hits the floater. Detroit led by 8 at halftime. Then it's Ellington to Blake for 3.
Yeah, Blake stretching him out, proving all the people who said he couldn't shoot wrong tonight, taking advantage of that corner 3.
Detroit took a 13-point lead, and now Kelly Olynyk drives inside. gets Drummond off the ground, and the hoop and the foul. He's crafty.
Yeah, he is. I love how he took advantage of the pump fake right there. Took the big fella to school with a nice pump fake. Ish Smith all day to shoot that one.
He was 8 of 9. You might want to guard him at some point in the game. He had 22 points and 9 dimes off the bench. Langston Galloway 4-3. He had 17 points. And then Blake Griffin finds Galloway again. He's not good every game, B. Wood, but sometimes he has a big one.
Well, Langston Galloway stepped up tonight and gave them what they needed off the bench. You need that type of production off your bench.
And then Blake Griffin here.
Ooh, little fake alley-oop and finish. Blake had a lot of energy tonight, you know. He got kicked out last night, so he had a little bit of extra to give tonight.
And then Wade and Drummond with the jersey exchange. You know, in football, the big backs say, you can't arm tackle me. And Blake Griffin just said that right there. You can't arm tackle me. I'm getting to the rim. Detroit wins at 119-96. Second win in a row for the Pistons. 3 bench players had 17 or more points for them. Miami has lost a couple in a row, and they are 11-17 at home. Let's check the race for 8 in the Eastern Conference. The Nets looking good, but Brendan, Pistons, Hornets, Magic, Heat are really bunched up in there.
Yeah, a lot of teams are really bunched up. Coming down the stretch of this season, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, who gets in, who doesn't. And every game is important now. It's almost like the playoffs have already started for these teams, especially look at a team like the Magic took a really, really bad loss the other night.
And it's starting to slip away from the Wizards as well. 4.5 games back now.
The Wizards wanted to slip away. They're now officially in tank mode.
Still to come on Game Time, presented by State Farm. We've got the secret to Giannis's shooting success here tonight.
From the beginning of the game to the end, it starts with the stars and the second unit guys going to win. But we have to just have a sense of urgency. We have to challenge ourselves, challenge each other, and hold everyone accountable, really.
What's your just sort of bigger picture look at this team right now and where you are and then how you guys have to play down the stretch here?
We just got to get better. We just got to compete, play harder, make the extra effort. You know, if something breaks down, you know, we got to put out fires. That's something that we have to get better at. And I mean, you know, we're a good defensive team. You know, there's no way we should be giving up, you know, 40, 45 points in a quarter.
Hey, Josh, we know you had the injection over the All-Star break and you've been dealing with the knee tendonitis. How has it been since you've now played these couple games after the break?
It's better. I mean, it's not, you know, the PRP isn't a magical thing where I get injected with it and, you know, everything's good. You know, I'm 100%. You know, I'm getting better. You know, I'm continuing to do the rehab, and you know, hopefully soon it'll be 100.
Biggest things you focus on now heading to Memphis?
We just gotta compete. We just gotta play harder. Have attention to detail, and execute, and more so defensively. You know, offense isn't the problem. You know, we're scoring 115, 120 points. You know, we gotta get stops. We gotta not turn the ball over. We gotta get stops. And, you know, rebound. I think that's what it is. At the end of the day, we have to challenge ourselves, and we just got to take it personal each and every play.
Yeah, last thing for you. Is it, with other teams they're going to play hard too, is it tough sometimes if they get into a rhythm, and does that defensive way that you can play, or?
Let them get in a rhythm. That's what it starts with. I mean, you can't wait for a team to hit you till you start playing. I mean, we got to do our best to make them uncomfortable, to win the line of scrimmage, to you know, hit first. And you know, it's tough in this league when you you know, wait to get hit, and then you start playing. You know, we just gotta we can't let teams do it in a row. That's what it is.
Thanks, Josh.
Cool.
Guys, it's Josh Hart.
Oh, the race for the 8th spot in the Western Conference has gotten real serious. You see the Lakers at the bottom of this board. They're full 3 games back in the loss column, 3 games back at the Clippers in the win column. You're also looking at the Rockets. Even though they're in 5th place, they're still in this discussion right now. So 5 through 10 can flip-flop a lot. Let's go over to 3D. Man, you look at that, and you see the situation with the Lakers, 1 game under 500, so late in the season, not where they want to be.
Not where they want to be. They're struggling because the young guys don't understand when we say playoff mode. You look at the Kings, they're salivating to finally get back in the playoffs. It's been a lot of years. You saw the Jazz lose a tough one in overtime the other night at OKC. You saw the Spurs on the road lose a tough one to Toronto. So that 5 through 9 now for the last 20-some games is going to be nip and tuck all the way down the stretch. You got to make open shots. You got to play great team defense. And when in doubt, we always talk about role players. Well, the superstars have to be superstars down the stretch so the role players can help out.
And for the Lakers, as Karan broke down earlier, they're getting open three-point looks. They're getting quality shots, but they're not knocking them down. And then you heard Josh Hart and Luke Walton say it. On defense, they don't have a presence. They don't have an identity. It's very late in the season to not have that.
And you have to remind people that you go into the Big Easy thinking no Anthony Davis tonight, and you kind of let your guard down a little bit. Well, Julius Randle had a little bit of in his bag because he knew that the Lakers had let him go too early. So you know guys are going to bring extra to the game when a guy gets traded. And Drew Holiday once again reminded all of us he's been an all-star before.
As we see games conclude, we still have some.
Especially
Pacers get the win 119-112. LeBron James is free right now following the loss by the Lakers to the Pelicans.
You guys on Thursday dug a big hole and were able to climb out of it. What was the difference tonight?
You just said it.
What were the remaining parts of your game that you're still working to get back after the injury?
Nothing much. Conditioning still is coming along. Other than that, I'm able to get them down the floor with no problems.
Consistency was a word that was mentioned by some of your teammates tonight in terms of the search for it. Obviously, there's been a ton of games already, and if it's still searching for it, is there enough time to find it?
I don't know. We just got to play better our next game in Memphis, but we're almost 60 games in, so I don't know.
Urgency was lacking tonight from the team?
From the start, yeah. It happened in the Houston game too. Just the start of the game and then the start of the third. That urgency, has to be there, and we dug ourselves a hole, once again in the third quarter tonight.
Wow, so much at stake, so little time left. How do you get that sense of urgency? Keep it.
But how many know what's at stake if you've never been there? I'm asking you too. I'm like, how do you know what's at stake if you've never been there before?
Yeah, but then how you know I've never been there before?
No, not you.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, I'm not talking about you. I'm just like, kind of playing devil's advocate.
Right. The idea of trying to get to the playoffs. The idea of now there's 23 games.
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of a fine line, when you talk about that, because when you've never been there or know what it takes to actually, shoot for something like that, and sometimes you're afraid to get uncomfortable. So you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I'm not saying that's what we are as a whole. Kind of looks that way at times. That sometimes we feel like we're afraid to be uncomfortable, kind of get out of our comfort zone. Kind of have that sense of urgency, from the jump. Not be afraid to actually go out and fail to succeed. So, we have 23 games left. Let's see what happens.
Do losses now feel different than losses maybe earlier in the season?
For me?
Yeah.
No. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, it's like, I don't know. It's just been so last few years, everybody's so accustomed to the losses that I'm just not accustomed to. I'm not accustomed to it. I would never get comfortable with losing. So, losing game 1 to Houston, it feels the same way as losing game 59 in New Orleans for me. That's just how I'm built. That's who I am. Ask Dave. Dave will tell you who I am. He's been with me for the last few years. You guys are just